Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a cute little card for you today. I have two versions to show you. I'm going to actually demonstrate the Chameleon version, but I also want to show you the little sloth one because I thought he was super cute. We'll be using this Wild and Punny stamp and thin cut set. It's a really cute set. It has all these little animals and then pun sayings to go along with them. And there, it does come with, you can get it just the stamp set, or you can get the coordinating thin cut dies as well, which is really nice and handy. Comes on its own magnetic sheet and goes right inside the envelope for easy storage. So I'm going to show you this one really quick, just up close. He's such a cute little guy. It says, "Sorry I'm late," and then "Happy belated birthday" on the inside. It's always nice to have an extra belated birthday card hanging around just in case you need it. This is the one I'm going to show you step by step how I made today. And I'm using that little Chameleon image. I stamped him on just regular white cardstock with intense black ink from Close to My Heart. The intense ink you can use with both alcohol markers, watercolor, dye inks. You can use it with all kinds of things. All my little bits here, that is the Year One of Chameleon, is from the stamp set. The little palm fronds are from the Close to My Heart Flower Market cartridge, and so is this little sunshine. So those were cut out on the Cricut. And then this stitched panel and this little stitched frame are actually cut with the stitched rectangle thin cuts. And these are really cool because they cut an outside frame, and then the inside panel is also a stitched panel. So this one was the inside of the large die, and this one here is from the small one, and it's the outside frame. I've been using those a ton. There's also squares, so really good versatile shapes. I'm going to use a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base. So I already have that folded, ready to go. And then I'm using Bluebird Cardstock. I love this bright, vibrant blue color. Nice and summery. I'm just going to center it up and put it on there. And then I'm going to attach my stitched panel. And I'm just using my ATG adhesive for this. I use that for just about everything. So putting these down nice and flat. I try not to use too much dimension so that it's easier to mail. And then I'm just going to put my little sunburst on there. This large palm leaf here is going to go down first, and it'll be under the frame. So I'm just going to kind of work with the placement to make sure it's where I want it before I stick it down. And then I'm just going to use my fine line applicator bottle. This actually has Scotch quick dry glue inside of it. And then I'm just going to put a few dots on here. You really don't need to glue like every single corner of these things down. Just put a little bit of glue on there. You could even use like some glue dots if you had some of the little ones. But I find this liquid glue works really good for these tiny little pieces. And then when I'm putting the needle back in, I like to put it in and then just give the bottle a squeeze and kind of burp it to make sure that there's air flowing through the top before I actually close it up. And that way I don't have to worry about it clogging. I have some very thin foam tape on the back side of my little frame here. So I'm just going to peel those off and stick it down. These thin little strips are really nice. I can't remember where I got them from, but they work really well. I will link them if I can find them somewhere online, and I will also down in the description link all the supplies I'm using that are still available. So this little leaf is going to go across like that. So I'm going to use my glue again. Just put a little bit on the ends. I'm going to need to glue a little bit more up here. And you could definitely use glue dots for this too. Okay, and it will dry clear, so don't have to worry about that. And then my other little palm leaf, I'm just gonna put glue along the kind of middle part of it. And stick that down. Okay, so pretty fast and easy. I mean, it helps that I had all these pieces die cut. I actually made this as a make and take project for a retreat I went to. So I had a bunch of leftover pieces and I thought, hey, I will make one for you guys. So I'm gonna set my card aside for now and I'm going to color up my little chameleon. So I am using the watercolor pencils. These are the ones that Close to My Heart carries. And they are a nice, like, firm pencil. And I am going to be using this light, like, limey green, darker green, a yellow, and an orange. So I'm going to start off with the orange right on his little feet. Because these are quite firm pencils, you don't want to push really hard. You're better off to add, multiple layers of color and still go in soft strokes rather than really, putting it on really thickly and then having trouble blending out like hard, harsh marks. So I'm trying really hard not to indent my paper. I'm going to put some down here in the tail. And if I feel like I want more color, I'll just go back over areas and layer it on. And you don't have to worry too much about if there's a lot of kind of pencil strokes and stuff because we will blend this out with a shimmer brush. So I'm just making sure that there's enough orange on there. Then I'm going to go in with my yellow. And I'm going to go right over top of that orange where the colors meet. And then same here where it meets the orange, we're going to go right over top of that area. I really like stamping with the intense black ink because it is more of a hybrid ink and I can use it with a variety of coloring mediums. Sometimes when I stamp images, I'm not sure what I want to color them with yet, so it gives you great flexibility. Now I'm using this kind of limey green color. And I'm not worrying too much about overly blending them. I'm just overlapping them a bit. But that's where the shimmer brush is going to come in and just help even out all the color. If you didn't blend it, the lines would be a little bit harsher. You can see on my little sloth guy here, I purposely went for very hair-like strokes. So I wanted those defined strokes, whereas this one I'm trying to do a little bit more of a blend between the colors. Since chameleons do not have hair or fur. Okay, oh, and I gotta put some orange in his little eyeball here. Okay, so there's my little critter. You can see how it's kind of unblended between the colors, and that's okay. I'm gonna go in with my clear shimmer brush. I'm gonna give it a little shake here to get it mixing. You can probably hear those little mixing beads in there. You wanna make sure that you pull it, not unscrew it, because if you unscrew it, it'll come apart. And I'm just gonna make sure that's clean. Okay, make sure it's going. And then I'm going to start in my lightest area, which is my yellow, because the pen will pick up some of the colors. And I don't mind if it brings yellow into the orange, but I don't want to bring the orange too far up into the yellow. And then while I have orange on here, I'm also going to go do his little eyeball. And then off camera here, I'm just wiping off the tip before I switch colors. So I'm going over all that lime green now and just blending it with the yellow. And then I'm just gonna go over those little dark green stripes too. Okay, and that has just enough moisture. It's basically like a clear fluid with clear glitter in it. And that basically has just enough moisture to blend all those together. So I'm hoping you guys can see that little bit of shimmer. It's much better in person. It's hard to capture the shimmer on camera. But so now he's all blended together and ready to go. We just need to color one more thing. I want to color in the word one on here. And I'm going to grab a blue pencil to fill that in. It's a nice thing about these watercolor pencils. You can use them like watercolor pencils and blend them out with water brush or shimmer brush. But you can also just use them like a colored pencil and just color in with them. Okay, and then I'm also going to flag the ends of this little strip. So the easiest way is just put a little snip in the middle and then go from the corners up to the top of that snip. And I'm going to do that same on the other side, just eyeball the middle there. There we go. Okay, so now I just got to finish sticking this together. So I'm going to use some pop dots. And I think what I'll do is I want him right here. So I can actually just glue him. And then I want this coming over like that. So I'm going to put a pop dot on each end of that little banner. And then it won't be kind of sagging on the ends. No saggy banners. Okay, so that's stuck on there, and then I'm going to use glue for this guy. You could, if you're worried about him sagging, you could put a pop dot under the top of his back there. I think this should be just fine. And the nice thing is, wherever you put that glue, once it dries, it'll be dry. It's not going to stay sticky like it would with dry adhesive. So if you get glue somewhere that doesn't end up sticking to anything, it'll just dry and it'll be fine. All right, so we got him stuck down. Now for a little bit of bling to just finish off this card, I have some sequins from the Heart Us Sequins. I love this pack. It is from the previous catalog, but there are some still available on the website, so I will link those. But they are just like these super pretty opalescent, shimmery colors, and kind of color shifting too, because the yellow go yellow and orange, and just really pretty. Okay, so I think I'm going to put one down here. I like using different sizes of sequins too. And just kind of scattering those around in different places. So I'll add one there. I'm gonna use all the different colors because why not? There we go. And there's our finished card. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And check out the links down in the description box. If you want to see more cards using this stamp set, I have a couple more planned. They probably won't be videos though. You can see them when I have them up on my Instagram account, which will also be linked in the description. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.